Okay, so tonight's story is The Ugly Duckling, which is on page 140.
140?
So we gotta find page 140. We're almost there.
I know we found it.
Yeah, we did. Good job. All right, we gotta start at the beginning. The Ugly Duckling. All right, leave it down. One day, a mother duck's eggs began to hatch. One by one, she watched her ducklings enter the world. The biggest egg was the last to hatch. Oh my, she thought. He is large for a duckling. He is not at all like the others, and he is a bit hard to look at. I wonder if he can swim. I guess we shall see tomorrow. You see? This is the biggest duckling here. See, he doesn't look like the other ones. All the other ones are yellow and little, and he's like tan and big. All right, let's read this page here. All right, we gotta finish. The next day, the mother duck led her ducklings to the pond. My. That one is quite... I can't read, baby, with your hand. That one is quite large and ugly for his age, said the farm rooster. The mother duck simply ignored the rooster as she instructed her babies. Do what I do, she said to them. The eager little ducklings hopped into the refreshing blue water. I can't read. They bobbed and floated like little corks. They all seemed to know how to paddle their legs and swim. All of the new ducklings swam nicely.
But that day.
I just read it. They bobbed and floated. You're making it blurry. Come on, hon. This is not working out here. We're going to just stop. Okay. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. The ugly duckling was an especially good swimmer. The mother duck was very pleased with all her ducklings, and she decided to take them out to the meadow. The little ducklings did as their mother did, but the gray duckling was clumsy. The tall meadow grass made him trip and fall. His brothers and sisters laughed. Why can't you walk like us, they asked. And why do you look different from us? Are you really our brother? Let's see what it says over here. The poor ugly duckling hid his head under his wing. How sad he was. He did not know what made him so different from his siblings. He only wanted to be loved. Yep, that's the ugly duckling. At last, the ugly duckling could stand no more teasing. He decided to run away and find a place where no one, I can't see, baby, would know him. The little duckling traveled until he came to a large marsh where he chose to spend the night. In the morning, the little duckling was greeted by some wild geese who lived there. What sort of creature are you? The geese asked him, not unkindly. You don't look like us, but that's all right. You may stay with us for now. All right, let's turn the page.
Okay.
No, that's too many. Right there.
There.
Right there. Just that one page. There we go. But just then, the hunter's dog walked by.
What that?
The geese were startled.
Mommy, what that?
That's the ugly duckling.
What
The geese... Okay. The geese were startled and flew away. The duckling remained still, hiding behind the marsh grass for a very long time.
Mommy, look at Puppy. He tried to eat the duckling. He tried to eat the duckling.
When he was certain the dog was gone, the duckling set off again across the meadow. Soon, the duckling came to a hut. Its door was open, so the ugly duckling went inside. An old woman lived in the hut with her cat and her hen. Being rather blind, the old woman thought the duck might lay some duck eggs for her, so she let him stay. The poor little duckling could not purr like the cat or lay eggs like the hen, and as a result, the animals teased him mercilessly. Oh no. "What good are you?" they asked him. And the duckling could not say. The teasing made the duckling miss the pond and the wonderful feeling of swimming, so he left the little hut in search of something that might make him happy. The duckling found a small lake where he could dive to the bottom and pop back up to the top and float in the water. It was very nice, except for the wild ducks who lived there. They ignored him because he was so ugly. We got to read this page now. Put it down. Put it down. Autumn came, and with it, clouds and cold winds. One evening, a flock of beautiful birds with huge, powerful wings flew overhead. Their feathers were pure white, and they had long, graceful necks and smart black noses. The beauty of the swans, for that is what they were, made the ugly duckling long to follow them. The weather grew cold. Luckily, a farmer came along and found the shivering duckling. The farmer took him home.
Mama.
The farmer's children were excited to play with the duckling, but he thought they were going to hurt him. In his fright, he ran out of the house and into the cold snow. The children followed the ugly duckling and tried to catch him, but he found a hiding place under some bushes. As the snow fell silently around him, he lay still until the children went back indoors.
Mommy, where's that?
That's the ugly duckling hiding in the snow.
Yes.
The duckling had a hard winter. Food was scarce, and the wind howled across the meadow. And to top it off,
Mommy,
the ugly duckling noticed his feathers had begun to fall out. He used... Honey. I can't read when you're moving the pages. I can't read it when you're moving the pages. He used them to line the nest that he had built beneath the snowdrift. He was sure that his featherless body was even uglier now. When spring finally arrived, the warm sun shone. The grass became soft and green, and the song of birds and the fragrance of new flowers filled the air. Filled with joy of spring, the duckling spread his wings to fly. Below, he saw 3 swans on a lake. The ugly duckling suddenly longed to be near them. He landed on the water and swam toward them. As the ugly duckling drew near, he bowed his head, expecting to be taunted by the lovely creatures. When he looked down, he saw another graceful swan floating on the lake. It was his own reflection. He was no longer an oversized, clumsy, ugly duckling. He was a swan. His ugly gray feathers had vanished, and his new feathers were white and shiny. He had sleek, powerful wings and a long and graceful neck. "I am beautiful like you," he whispered to the swans. The swans encircled him and stroked him with their beaks. Finally, the once ugly duckling knew where he belonged. You see that?
Yeah.
That's what he turned into. He turned into a swan.
What?
Swans.
Swan.
So he found his home. He wasn't a duck after all. He was a swan. So that's the end of The Ugly Duckling. The next story is Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Good night.
Good night.